Hakikisha ya kwamba katika bunge, mimi ndio sasa kiongozi huko, tutahakikisha tutafanya mambo yote ambayo itapeleka nchi yetu mbele. Na tusiwe nchi ya kulalamika peke yake, kwa sababu mimi nina uhuru ya kusema chochote mimi nataka kusema. Huwezi kufunga mdomo yangu. Jana nimeongea hapa Taita Taveta, naona wengine wananirukia, bana, mdomo ni yangu. Siasa ni yangu. Wakati tuliingia wamama vile wanavaa, waliambia wamama walisema my dress my choice. Mimi pia nasema my politics my choice. Huwezi kunilazimisha vile mimi nataka kwenda. Kwa hiyo
that is Junet Mohammed, the minority leader in the National Assembly, accusing Kenyan, talking like he owns the country, spitting on the voters, vomiting on our shoes, and the power has gone onto his head. Ladies and gentlemen, the last time we heard Kenyans addressing their leaders is when there was a confrontation about the 2023 finance bill. That is the time we saw them addressing. Now, it is the leaders who are addressing Kenyans, and they are addressing us the way they want. No respect for Kenyans, saying anything that they feel they should say, not caring about the consequences. Mtadu, that is what they are telling us. That he can be able to do whatever he wants, he can be able to say whatever he wants, he can be able to go and defect to any party that he wants, since voters to them do not matter. Ladies and gentlemen, in the same meeting was William Samoei Ruto, and William Samoei Ruto, if you ask me, referring to people who oppose the higher education policy and many other issues, calling them names was not the best thing. Before I give the critical analysis of what the president said, I want you to watch and listen to what William Samoei Ruto said. Watch.
Wanachukia nchi yao. Hawataki mambo yoyote mazuri yafanyike katika kaunti yao. Na mimi nataka niwaulize Wakenya, tafadhalini, kuna pepo chafu ya upingamizi kupinga kila kitu. Kiwanda kama hii watu wanaipinga. Affordable housing wanaipinga. Chanjo ya ng'ombe kuondoa magonjwa wanaipinga. Kubadilisha mfumo ndio tuweze kuokoa universities zetu ambazo zilikuwa zinakwama, wanaipinga. Kupinga hata miradi yoyote ya serikali. Mambo ya universal health coverage wanaipinga. Mambo ya afya wanaipinga. Sasa mimi nauliza, hii pepo chafu, nafikiri hata imefika wanapinga hata matoleo kanisani. Jameni, what is this? Surely. Yani pepo ya kupinga kila kitu. Sasa hii mradi ambayo iko hapa, na wauliza watu wa Taita Taveta County. Iron ore tumekuwa tukitoa hapa Taita Taveta. Tunaweka kwa malori, inaenda nchi zingine. Baadaye wale wameenda wakapangia watoto wao ajira, wakatengeneza chuma. Ile chuma wakakuja wakatuuzia mara 10 ya ile iron ore tuliwapatia. Ni ujinga si ujinga? Ni upumbavu si upumbavu? Sasa tuko na nafasi.
Ladies and gentlemen, the question that anyone would ask is, why would the president refer to Kenyans who have alternative views about his unpopular university education model that has left so many students at home, many parents impoverished, unable to pay the school fees, as pubavu, as pepobaya? That's the question. Why would the president call people pubavu and popobaya because of raising their issues about the taxation. A taxation, housing taxation, where workers are deducted money, the houses are built on public land, and then the same workers are also required now to pay the same houses, to buy the same houses, which they have contributed in the first place to pay. Why? Doesn't make sense. Number 3, why would the president be uncomfortable with the opposition? Yet we know that opposition is part of good governance. Opposition all over the world is a popular type of governance. Opposition is alternative views. What is wrong when Kenyans say that we are being overtaxed? What is wrong with that? What is wrong when you talk about double taxation? What is wrong with this? Ladies and gentlemen, are we becoming very, very intolerant because of people having different views? And by the way, if people were to talk like Junet Mohammed and William Samoei Ruto, singing Hosanna to the King and agreeing with everything that he says, then this country is finished completely. Because you see, the problem with this country is that the leaders go, and this is the problem with the cabinet, they don't give alternative views to the leadership of this country. Whatever the president says, he's always right. Whatever the president decides, he's also right. And that is why leaders have advisors who tells them, this is what Kenyans are saying, this is what we want. And that is why people are free to express themselves. Again, why should we try to say that freedom of expression is not in the Constitution? The framers of our Constitution were alive to the fact that people are free to express themselves freely. They were alive to the fact that Kenyans and everybody has the freedom of thought, freedom of concerns. Just like Junet Mohammed is saying that he's free to associate with anybody. Yes, he is free, but that freedom has its consequences. It has some responsibilities. So I don't see any problem, as far as I am concerned, for Kenyans voicing their views. I don't see any problem for Kenyans opposing whatever the government is saying, as long as they are showing us the alternative views. Like now, for example, if there are gaps, if there are loopholes in the education sector, if there are loopholes in the, for example, in the issue of health, you know, for sure, we know that health is a devolved function. But because the national government does not want to devolve the functions of the money to the devolved unit, then the government must feel rattled. The government must feel the heat. And this is the problem with our nation, ladies and gentlemen, that we have leaders who have actually taken the issues of this country like it is all about them. It's not all about them, ladies and gentlemen. This country belongs to all of us, and that is why all of us should talk. That is why everyone should actually say whatever you think about our country. Where are we going? Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know what you think, but from where I sit, it is the wrong approach to use. Till next time, bye-bye.